Hi, today I wanted to share a few credit hacks with you before you apply for a mortgage. And so let's start with your credit card balances, because that's probably the number one thing I see that impacts people's overall scores. And like when we run their credit, it'll state that you can improve your score by X number of points, and almost always it has to do with credit card usage. So if you have a credit card and let's say it has $1,000 limit, you really don't want to have a balance any greater than $300 against that $1,000 limit. And in a perfect world or an ideal world, under $100, under a 10%. So 30% to 10% is kind of where you want to be with regards to your balance to your limit ratio. Secondly, don't close any old accounts. One of the things that credit looks at is how long is your credit history. And so if you have say a credit card that you've had for 15 years and you close it out all of a sudden, now you lose that payment history that you worked so hard to maintain. So don't close any new accounts. And then of course you also don't want to open any new accounts. Don't open up a new auto loan or a new credit card, unless of course we've instructed you to do so. Sometimes what happens is when we talk to a client, we run their credit and they actually need to get some revolving debt in order to help their score. And so we'll have them open up a secured credit card, typically charge just a little bit on it, and that'll help bring up their score. So unless we've instructed you to do so, don't open up any new credit. And finally, one thing to kind of keep in mind is we can do sometimes what is referred to as a rapid rescore. So let's just say, for example, you have a credit card and it had a really large balance. You've paid it off recently, but it hasn't reflected yet in the credit report. And that's because, as I've expressed in the past, that only reports one time a month, and that's when the statement cycles. So sometimes we can do what's called a rapid rescore. Take a look and see if that doesn't help you out. So listen, if you're thinking about buying in the next 3 to 6 months and you're not really sure where your credit's at, feel free to reach out to us, call us or text us. We can take your application. We can do a credit check, do what's called a soft pull, see where you're at. And if there's some work for you that you need to do, we could run a what if simulator, let you know here's exactly what you need to do to get your credit all set for when you are ready to move forward and purchase a home. Okay, listen, I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please do me a favor, subscribe and like our page. And again, if you have any questions around mortgages, feel free to call or text us anytime. You have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.